It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And at center stage, it's the Raiders' leader at quarterback, as he's moved past 3,000 yards passing for the year and looking for more. It's the Raiders and the Barons on Sunday night.
Well, there's never a shortage of shows or sights and sounds throughout this city, but for the next few hours, all up. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. And they'll be led out by their 6-year quarterback.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win. And that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
They go play action here on first down. He finds his man, complete. That's Lucas. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. To throw on second down, Elliott. And his throw here is incomplete. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Back to throw, Elliott. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man.
Pass interference. Defense.
So pass interference the call. That's going to set him up with a first down.
And if it's a bang-bang play, maybe the flag stays in the official's pocket, but instead, he definitely impeded the receiver's right to catch the football. The official's letting the players know how the game's going to be called here in the first quarter.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Holding. Offense.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Off the play fake. Elliott sliding out of the pocket. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Here's the Raiders punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by a guy certainly still trying to prove himself here in the league, the young rookie quarterback.
Well, the silver lining from last week, he played phenomenally, kept the ball clean, and led them to the end zone several times. You know these NFL quarterbacks, though, they trade away all those touchdowns if it meant getting the win. That's his focus this week.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And the Raiders have got him. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them, and that's why they got after them early.
So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Now back to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And they'll have great field position here as the ball will be at the 15-yard line.
Well, that's a down and distance coach is always talking about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
Taken down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
On 3rd down, Elliott. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's time. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. Calling a gain of 6 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Now, that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch a game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
On now is the field goal team here as the Raiders will try for 3. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is indeed good. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage.
So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down. That run's successful in large part because they had a lot of extra help blocking up front.
Yeah, you've got guys who can do that very, very well. In addition, they can catch the football. So sometimes when they line up with 3 tight ends, it's not necessarily to run it, and that gives you an advantage when you do decide to barrel off the line of scrimmage and block people downfield.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Incomplete.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
Back to throw here. Now they go screen. It's complete.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 48-yard line. They'll drop to throw. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
2nd and 4. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 31-yard line. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack.
And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Going for it all. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Brandon, a good idea there on third down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
And his kick is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. Or maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
To throw on third down, Elliott. Flush to his right, and he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. Las Vegas sending out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. That's pulled in at the 32. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and they will take over first and 10. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. He's got a man, complete.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. They're going to look to throw. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. Well, they tried to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be third down. They'll set up to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So now for the second time already here in this quarter, on comes the field goal unit. This a 33-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So we're trading first half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. Got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them. Both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go.
They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Off play action. Elliott. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So now a fresh set of downs. First and 10 after roughing the passer. Looking to throw. Elliott. And he fires one that's intercepted. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here on the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position after a turnover. I feel like I might have them a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 7 catches, 63 yards.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against. They're the top 10 in the league against the pass, and you and I both know there's not much difference between 1 and 10.
And he'll be brought down at the 27. Second and 6. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And where the time has expired on the first quarter. 6-3 is our score after 1. It's the NFL on EA Sports. A third field goal in the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on third down. Back to throw again. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with first and goal.
The kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. They'll try to run this one in. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on second and goal? And they'll run again, but he will go backwards as he's stopped for a loss. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
And now third and goal coming up, the loss on second down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
And now can they reverse the trend on third and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? He'll look to throw. This one incomplete. Probably should have been picked. A little nonchalant with a throw to the safety valve, but it's fourth down. So now the field goal unit trots out there for the 3rd time tonight. This a fairly straightforward 22-yard short attempt. And this one is right through. And they continue to lead in the battle of field goals here. It's now 9-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit.
What's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
The Raiders on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down. CD, with that last pass, he joined a group of about 50 other men that are over 30,000 career passing yards. So, look, he's not at the top, but that's pretty good company.
Yeah, it's not the most exclusive fraternity in the NFL, but it's a pretty good one, isn't it? You still have to put some numbers up in order to get in, okay? The secret knock is still there. How about him getting it done? Proud of him.
Now here's a throw that's complete. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it's 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at their 48-yard line.
Back to throw. Elliott. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. 7 yards there and a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Complete to number 88. Out of bounds at the 41.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. A lot of bodies there in the middle of the field, and that one intercepted.
Yeah, he's looking for his tight end running a drag route across the field, and normally you'd like him to work a little bit further outside. Here the throw's a little early, and it winds up in the hands of the defender.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. They'll set up a throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to it. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Elliott.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll look to throw again. He finds his man, complete. It's McGee. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Operating from the gun, Elliott.
That's going to be caught along the sideline, and what a job of keeping his feet in bounds. They say that's a catch.
And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down in bounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Back to throw. Elliott throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Elliott firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete.
Results in a 4th down.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And that trims the lead to 3. It's 9-6 now.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Taking it about the 1. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, and then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. 2nd and 9 now. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. They'll look to throw. And this one is incomplete. They bring their punter out there now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Gets around him. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it'll be Raiders football 1st and 10. Now the Vegas offense heading back out there. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
They'll be going for 6.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back.
Oh, good move. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time. Two
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. On 1st and 10, Elliott. Going right side here, and that's complete.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
10 yards on the pickup. It's second and
Looking to throw on second down. Elliott. Looking in zone, but it's incomplete. A third field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on third down. Looking to throw. Elliott. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
And his kick here is good. And that will tie the score now at 9 apiece. So they're content to take the 3. Somewhat of a conservative call. They're opting not to go for it on 4th and inches.
And that's from a team that you and I know is not usually playing it close to the vest. It's a little bit of a surprise that they opted for the 3 instead of going for it.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. This offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, trying to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to roll it out of bounds. So the incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. So they bring out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Taken in at the 22. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10.
The Raider offense going to head out now late in this first half. And they've got a little over 40 seconds to work with if they want to try to put something together.
Throwing on 1st down, Elliott. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's going the other way. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score. And a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower postgame. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Raider offense going to head out now late in this first half. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. Throwing to start the drive, Elliott.
Looking sideline, incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Throwing again. Elliott. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, Elliott. Complete. Richardson has it. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Back to throw. Elliott. Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football. And the defense will get their hands on it. Going the other way. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line. He already had the 1 fumble loss, so now 2 fumbles lost here in this first half.
Not setting the pace the way that you want it done. I mean, here in the first half, already twice the ball's come out and hit the turf. Got to find a way to take care of it. Otherwise, they may have to start thinking about maybe someone different at that position.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it, so on comes the field goal unit. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, Charles, I think you'd have to call that a win for the defense after the turnover already in field goal.